The UK is one step closer to taking back control of UK waters with the Fisheries Bill through the House of Commons yesterday. I'm going to bring you all the very latest on this, guys. But as ever, please start off by hitting that subscribe button, hitting that bell so you don't miss future reports. And of course, now you can join the Supporters Club by clicking join, $4.99 a month. Really appreciate it. Going to be lots of exclusive content on this. If you want to support my work, if you want to support Real News, head over and click that join button. We'd really appreciate that as well. Now, this is yesterday. In the House of Commons, MPs have voted to take back control of the UK's waters after the Fisheries Bill moved a step closer to becoming law by clearing the House of Commons. Now, before we get to that, I just want to highlight something that's happened, an incident. Because Sheryll Murray, of course, the fisherman's friend, has been a staunch campaigner for the British fishing industry to get what it deserves in terms of that Brexit boost. Sheryll Murray, former Brexit Party MEP, saying that, Prime Minister, is this what the French thinks of the UK fishermen? Appalling behaviour. Are you just going to sit back and let this happen? And what she's referring to is a clip posted by the BBC South West political editor Martin Oates, who wrote this with an accompanying video. Return of the Scallop Wars. Update. Confrontation between the French and British boats off the Normandy coast. Footage from two Brixham boats appears to show French boats obstructing British scallopers, firing a flare at them and escorting them out of the Baie de Saint. And DEFRA, the government, are responding to this by saying, very disappointed, British vessels fishing legally and have every right to do so in safety. We support UK vessels fishing where they have the legal right to do so and have been in contact with the French government to ensure those rights are protected and safety at sea assured. And of course, this comes at a time towards the end of the transition period with the Brexit negotiations where the French position, the EU position, seemingly is to try and maintain the unacceptable status quo on fisheries, which has decimated the British fishing industry to a large extent and has been a massive disaster for our fishermen. That now has to change. We need that Brexit boost, and that is why you're seeing the negotiations now into October with Boris Johnson setting that deadline, but the French seemingly refusing to come to their senses on this. But I just want to get back to the Fisheries Bill, because Environment Minister Victoria Prentice said that the legislation will give British fishermen a once-in-a-generation chance to seize control of the country's natural resources under the flagship Brexit legislation. The Fisheries Bill will allow the UK to become an independent coastal state once the Brexit transition concludes, of course, at the end of this year. It will prevent foreign fishing boats from trawling in British waters unless they have obtained a licence to do so. So this is about taking back control, though, of course, we could still see a fisheries sellout in the negotiations, though Lord Frost has said that large gaps remain between the UK and EU position. Of course, we hope that Boris Johnson and Lord Frost stick to their word in terms of not caving in to ridiculous EU demands, because we need this boost for our coastal communities, of course. The Fisheries Bill will prevent foreign fishing boats from trawling in British waters unless they have obtained a licence to do so. Environment Minister Victoria Prentice insisted the bill learnt the lessons from the controversial Common Fisheries Policy. Well, controversial, I guess, is one word for it. It's been a complete disaster for this country and needs to be swept away, consigned to the dustbin of history, and as we give that Brexit boost to coastal communities and the British fishing industry. And I know that some snobs in London, some journalists, some commentators sort of look down their noses at this, but this stuff matters. This is people's lives and people's businesses that were destroyed, and this is our chance to give coastal communities that big Brexit boost, and we must do it. Victoria Prentice went on to say yesterday, it puts in place the framework, this is the Fisheries Bill, it puts in place the framework necessary for the UK to operate as a responsible, independent coastal state. It allows us to ensure that we have sustainable fisheries to provide benefits for future generations. The bill's fisheries objectives place sustainability front and centre of this bill. 6 out of the 8 objectives relate to protecting the environment. It's critical that we're able to balance these objectives as we need to. She said, this bill marks a really important step forward as we leave the inflexibilities of the Common Fisheries Policy. She also said the bill sets out in stone the commitment to improving the health of our seas. It gives our fishermen the better future they need, and it really is an opportunity to seize a once-in-a-generation chance to take back control. Remember that, take back control of our natural resources and make sure we pass on healthier seas which are abundant with life. The Fisheries Bill gives us the power we need to protect our fish stocks and help our seafood sector. It sets a gold standard for sustainability and allows us to bring fishing home. Now, the leader of the Scottish Conservatives, Douglas Ross, has said, we've left the EU. When we leave the transition at the end of this year, we come out of that straitjacket of the common fisheries policy, that hated CFP that has done so much damage to our industry over the last 40 years. We can now start to build back again. Build back our fishing industry, our fleet, our crews, our catches, and also what they mean to these individual communities. He also said the Fisheries Bill delivers for Scotland's fishing communities, but tonight, they said this yesterday, but tonight they said they saw the SNP vote against taking back control of our waters. Another Conservative MP, Sheryll Murray, who's the MP for South East Cornwall, said the Fishery Bill just received its third reading. We are taking back national control of sovereign waters. And Leah Nicky, Conservative MP for Great Grimsby, said tonight the Fisheries Bill passed its final stages. We are ready to become an independent coastal state once more, delivering what I was elected to do. Now, my old mucker, former Brexit Party MEP Martin Daubney, actually responded to that, saying anything less than the full control we were promised will be seen as a sellout. Britain will be watching. Now, the bill's received an unopposed third reading and will return to the Lords. And we know what happens in the Lords, don't we? Where further changes could be made. We'll have to see what happens on that front. Of course, you can rely on this channel to bring you any developments in terms of what the Lords do after this, if they do anything. But this is the point now. This is taking back control. But we have to also consider, as I've pointed out before, that French President Emmanuel Macron and the French seem in a really crazy move to want to try and maintain the status quo, which the UK simply cannot agree at all. That would be a complete and utter betrayal. And it's something that the British people, we voted for radical political change. And one of the moves we want to see, of course, is the end of the betrayal of the British fishing industry. And as I say it again, the opportunity here to take back control and create jobs and create industry in some areas that have been very badly hit over the years is huge. That is the Brexit opportunity. And I know there'll be those, as I said, who look down their noses at this sort of thing, dismiss it, say it's not important. It is important. We need the British government to deliver on this. The Fisheries Bill seems to be moving in the right direction, but of course, these negotiations with the EU have not yet concluded. We don't know what's going to happen yet. We know, as I said, that the French President, Emmanuel Macron, the French position seems to be to maintain the status quo, something that simply cannot be allowed to happen. As ever, you can rely on the Westminster channel to bring you all the very latest. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And of course, you can join by clicking join the supporters club I've now got operating. Really appreciate your support. $4.99 a month. We'll have exclusive content on there. Would really appreciate your support, guys. But as ever, thank you very much for watching.